Have you had a mental breakdown before? I think I had probably a few in adolescence where I just fell apart and thought I'm going to kill myself, but in fact became a drug addict. In my 20s, several times self-harm. Maybe 5-6 years ago, I felt the narrowing of my life to a very fine point, a hard triangle of a life over, and me sprawled at its peak, hopeless and lost. And I felt I could not live the life I was living anymore, and that turned out to be true. It's commonly understood by spiritual people that a mental breakdown can be a mental breakthrough because it's part of you dying. Even in the worst moments of crisis in your life, new possibilities come about, and particularly when it's the mind that's cracking open. I feel the mental fragility still, but it's broken away so many times. The person that I thought I was has peeled away. I've shed so many skins now that what remains feels very true and real to me, and I hope I don't have to have too many more mental breakdowns because they're painful to go through. But I feel like rebirth is a necessity for growth. It exists mythically, doesn't it? Dante writes about there's a point at the midway for me as a person entering middle age. There's a point where you look back at your life and think there's as much behind me as there is in front of me. If I'm lucky, I can no longer be propelled forward on the adolescent dreams and images. And Eckhart Tolle says, doesn't he, I can't live with myself any longer, was his personal moment of epiphany where he recognized that I cannot live with myself. How many people are there in there? And Eckhart Tolle brilliantly unravels how the ever-present witness begins to be repulsed by the ego, that there's a point of awakening. But significantly, I've learned to recognize that there's nothing to fear in letting go of who I presumed myself to be, that a mental breakdown can be an advantage, that a mental breakdown can be a mental breakthrough.